Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Okay, well today I wanted to get back to ABC April 2025. I actually was planning to make something for this craft retreat that I'm getting ready to go to. It's one of the make and take things, and I'll tell you about that in a second. And I'm hoping that this loads to be on the right date. So we're going with and this is kind of an interactive type of journal pocket card thing. So I'll show you that here in just a second, but I want to show you a couple other things. I found this cute little tablet at Dollar General. Let me get this plastic off so it doesn't glare too badly. It was only $1 at the Dollar General, and I thought it was super cute. Has this little bird on it, and I thought that was sweet. That'll go make some nice little pieces in a journal to write on. So I wanted to show you that because they had a ton of them at ours. I don't know if they have a ton where you're at, but the other thing I wanted to show you is I found this at TJ Maxx for $4.99, and it's an alphabet flower matching game. And I just thought, I looked at the back and I saw these little cards and I thought, yes, let's get it. Let's see what it's about. So I have not taken them apart yet, but I thought maybe they'd be good for, to put in a journal. Get something to cut it. Okay. Maybe. See how thick they are. So it looks like they're all going to have this beautiful background. Flip side, card side. And then there's all these beautiful flowers. I hope you can see that okay. Little butterflies. I just thought, what a deal. Those would be so cute. They would be cute in like a, what are they called? Specimen slide to slide in if you have any that are, just a little bit bigger. So anyways, so many, what's it say? 52 hand-painted matching cards. So it looks like there's 2 for each alphabet. Anyways, I wanted to pass it along in case you're TJ Maxx or, those other places that are affiliated with TJ Maxx. I can never think of them offhand. Okay. Now, back to the project. So this is a book that I got at a flea market or thrift store or a garage sale. And I liked it because it had all these big... Ooh, that might be a good one to use. It had these really nice pictures, and I thought you could take one of these out and make a journal card. Maybe we'll even do that. Yeah, I just really liked it. Let's do that. Let's take this out. Look, come out easily. Yeah. I've cut through some of this. Isn't that beautiful? That would make a pretty journal cover. Tall, skinny journal cover. So many pretty pages. But anyways, I just look for books like this that have these wonderful graphics. And maybe you can find this exact one if you really like it, on some of the thrift store book online. I get some books there when I'm looking for something specific. The Complete Flower Arranger by Pamela Westland. So I'm going to set that down here. It's quite heavy. It's a good one to press flowers with, I would imagine. Okay. So what I'm doing is I wanted to get a book that had really, fairly thick pages, but that wasn't going to crack when I bent it. Because this this retreat that I go to is actually a scrapbook crop. So the majority of people there do scrapbooking. And so they've been really gracious to let me do was it like, what do I want to say? A demonstration on junk journaling, because everybody loves paper that's there. And so, we all like to share ideas. And so a lot of things that they do, I get ideas from, and then things I do, they get ideas from. And more, we're having junk journalers join. So that's fun. Okay, I saw this on the Vintage Journaler, and I looked and looked and looked, could not find the video. I went to her YouTube, her TikTok, and I went to her Facebook, could not find it. But I really think she's the one I saw. This was a short, and I think I saw it on hers. So I just played with it until I got kind of what I wanted. So I'm going to show you what I've done, and then I'm going to also tell you kind of what hers was like. So I took a page, I slimmed it down. She did a 12 by 12 scrapbook page. Okay. So, so that's square. So what I did was I took this page and made it square. And then you fold it into quarters, and then you cut one out. And now if this were scrapbook paper, of course, this would all have the nice same background, and then this would all be the same. But because it's a book page, it's a little different. So basically what I did is I took what was out of here. I took part of what was cut and made a pocket here. Another thing that she did was she took some pretty scrapbook paper that was, you could write on it, like it wasn't didn't have a all over design that you couldn't see writing on, and then she just put it in these sections so that you could write on them. And I thought that was a really good idea. So what I did is I just took off of, I had cut this off of the pages, and so I just used that for writing, here and there. But you could add more pockets. You could do whatever you wanted to. And then another thing is, and then this one I just fussy cut. This was also in the book. I fussy cut that out and put half on one side, half on the other. If this was for scrapbooking, this would be a nice little interactive. They could put, the people that scrapbook could put some pockets and could put some extra small photographs in, or maybe some tickets to where they had gone, or just a little note about what everything was. And then they could just easily clip it in to their scrapbook as a little interactive once you get to that part. So that's what we're going to do. Something very easy. I wanted to practice it so that I was ready to go when I saw my ladies later this month. So let's do this one. And I want to get, it worked best for me at about 8.5 square. So I think I'll just do that. Just take that right off. Well, that was in like a bread bowl. That's interesting. 8.5. That's about right. On some of them, I had to kind of take a little off, like maybe a quarter off on this side and a quarter off on that side, just to make it to where I liked it. Now this one doesn't have a whole lot of interesting. That might make a pretty little pocket. We'll see. I'll save it, but I probably wouldn't use this side. I don't know. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, I forgot to get my other scissors. Well, I'm going to have to use my different scissors today. Then I'm going to fold it in half one way. And fold it in half the other way. Okay, while I'm doing this, you guys, I got right into it, didn't I? So excited. I wanted to say hi and welcome. And welcome to the new subscribers. It's super exciting to have you. Okay, now you can take off whichever corner you want. You can take off whichever corner you want. So, if I take off this corner, then we could take, let's just take this corner off and see what happens. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, I left my other scissors over. I was cutting over on another table in here, and I left my scissors, so I'm going to use this one. I'm not as good at cutting with. I don't have a lot of practice with them. Yeah, I can see that I'm not going super straight. Okay. Well, okay. So that's going to go that way. Okay, wait. Where's the front? Boy, I don't know. I don't know if that corner is going to work. Could do this. We could do it like that. That's probably how we're going to have to do it. So that's going to be the front. Okay. So we'll open it. That'll pop up. That's pretty. And then this will pop out. Okay. So then we also have this. So we could make a pocket here. We could put a pocket here too. Let's trim that up a little bit, and then kind of cut it in half. Let's trim up my cutting here. So I'm, still trying to use what I have. I do enjoy doing that. You are a little bit more limited when you, like for instance this, I'm trying not to get into any of my digitals. So I am a little bit more limited. Okay, for some reason that's really crooked. But that's okay, because I feel like what happens is it causes you to think of something a little bit outside of what you normally would. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know why I'm having trouble cutting today. I'm just going to put that fold right there and cut it. See what happens. Okay. So we have one here. And then one here. I think I like it better like this. Okay. And let's put these little thumb holes in it. Very excited, jumped right out. Alrighty. And I am going to ink it because I'd like to kind of cut back that white edge that shows up when you cut, colored magazine and book pages. Now this is a little bit shinier. It's not super shiny like some books are, but it is kind of shiny. So if you don't like that, this isn't too bad, so I don't really mind it. Of course, it might be glaring to you. I hope it's not. But you could do, what we did on some of the last videos, which is you could take your Mod Podge with your talc or cornstarch, and you could you know, knock it down, paint the whole thing. So we're putting an extra pocket on. Really should see if I have any scratch paper over here so we can maybe put some writing space on. Oh, let me show you on the other example something that I decided to do on that one. This one doesn't look like I'm going to need to very much. I'll show you here. Okay, so on this one, you can see that I had a lot of margin. The picture was smaller. So what I did was I just went with my vintage photo right there. So it kind of looks like a label area. Like same here and here. Just kind of looks like it's an area for you to, you know, label something. This one I didn't do anything, but so that might be, you know, kind of another option so that you kind of helps you to think to write on that. And it's not just, you know. Okay, now how did we do this? Let's see. This way. Okay, I got to remember what's happening here. Okay, this is going here. And that is go. Oh, that's not too bad. Is it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put that there. I think that looks better. Okay. So this one, we're not going to add any paper like Vintage Journal did. I can't think of what her name is. But you could easily add paper in here so that just every time you open it, you just can write in it. You know what I mean? Instead of having the pockets and stuff. But we'll put some stuff in the pockets. We have a tree that kind of got affected by the last storm, and I called a guy to see if he could just come and give us an estimate. Joey thinks he could do it himself, which would be awesome. But just in case, I'm going to see what we need to save for. What kind of, what are we talking about? A gajillion dollars, or, you know, no big deal. When we first moved here, there was the people that had been here before us. They had lived here for a long, long time. There was a gigantic tree. I mean, this thing was, man, I bet this thing was close to 3 feet in diameter. They had cut down, and there was a stump right where you pull in to the back door, and we don't have a pulling garage or anything. It's a detached garage that's not really fit to put a car in. It was also here when we moved here. That's another project Joey's working on. But anyways, so I don't know, they had put a potted plant on this stump, which I wasn't crazy about that. I just wanted that stump gone. I mean, it took up so much, you couldn't pull a car in there, anything. Well, anyways, so that was one of the first things, you know, I wanted to take care of. So I had a guy come out, and it was so interesting. I had never seen anybody grind a stump before, but he just took this wheel-like thing with a sharp edge, and he just grinded it like that. And then we collected up, well, when I say we, I mean Joey and that guy, all of the shavings from that. And wow, we had so many. We mulched everything. And then Joey did an entire pathway from our creek all the way, no, let's see. Yeah, from our creek all the way to, we have a bench way in the back. So, I mean, so much of it that we were able to use. Okay, so I want to use this this little thing here. No, that's too big. Yeah. Let's cut it. So that, you know, that tree stump really, there was no wood per se to do anything with. It was only about, oh gosh, maybe 12 inches off the ground. Just enough for you to have a nice trip over it, you know. Anyways, so that made such a difference. Let's see how much we'd have to cut off for that. Cut the vase off. I'm going to just do that right over here real quick. A little bit more because of the glue. Glue it the same there. Yeah, okay, let me take a little bit more off. I think I'm going to have to take a little bit off the top. Oh, wait. Will it go this way? Nope. Okay. Okay, that'll be good. And ooh, that's pretty on the back. I like that better than the way it was with fullness of whatever that picture is. Okay, I'm just looking through some scrap paper here. See if I can find anything that we could use. Yeah. Okay, here's some Amazon paper. Where's my... See if we can do something with that. Okay, where is this? Oh, it's around these corners here. So if you were using this for scrapbook, you know, this could be your photograph. Take a little bit off this side. I kind of like the torn edge look. There. Okay. And then I do want to just distress it a little bit because it's going to blend into all that other stuff that's on the back of that page. This one I think I could probably get by with the Oohoo, and I'll just do that off to the side here. I'm just putting some glue on it. Got my glue book over here. Wow, this is really melty glue. I think I had that trouble with it last time I was working with it. Yowza. I'm going to put it off to the side here because I kind of like the pink flower over there. There. Thought I had a paper towel, but I guess I didn't. Here's one. And you could, of course, easily sew around these. Would be pretty. Super cute. Ah, get in there. Okay. What was this one? Let's do it. Let's take that one too. Then I was using the scraps to make things as well. Sorry about that. Some noise. It's been beautiful here. Oh, the birds are just so happy. They've been singing, singing, singing. Had a robin come up to the kitchen window, and she just sat there, he or she, but I think it was a she. I don't know the difference between a she and a he robin, but just kind of sat there and looked at me. Just looked at me through the... I'm just trimming this up over on my cutter here. Yep, just looked at me through the window, and I just talked to it, and it just acted like it was listening. It was kind of funny. I wondered how, if I didn't have things to do, how long could we sit there, you know? So this is just part of that book page. Make a little writing spot here. Make sure that's going to fit. I think it did. I think we checked, yeah. This, I don't know if you can see that white, it's kind of interesting. It almost looks like the paper's been pressed. And kind of, when you cut it, if it doesn't all get cut, like when I went around the corner there, it almost looks like it's several layers of paper. Alrighty, where's that thing? There's one. Let's find one more and put in there. Got stuff everywhere, don't I? Okay. That's kind of Christmas. Well, it's interesting because it has a snowman and daisies. What's this one? It's just a variety of things. I think it's indicating that you can use a variety of things for containers. Okay, I'll just cut that out. I'm going to make it kind of a rough cut, and then I'm going to put it on my little Tim Holtz cutter here. Okay. And get it nice and even. Guess I could move that over there. You can see what I'm doing. Just trying to, I'm lining it up. Let's see. That one's a straight line right here. They're not all straight. So that one's straight and that one's straight. So is it? Okay. Now let's see if that even fits, because we may have to knock it down a little bit. Yeah. Well, we'll get it. There we go. Okay, very good. Let's get some of this up. Could use it. It could make a, maybe we'll make a tag out, or a label out of that. This one, let me see what the back looks like. Yeah. I think we should put something to write on the back of this one too. But I feel like we could, you know, do that. Make it look like this is the kind of a side label for this page. Okay, I think I'll use a little bit more of the packing. Making room. I think that's fun. I'll leave that up there. Okay. So I put some pork roast in the crock pot, and I put, well, I kind of tried to braise it a little bit. Pork roast doesn't, the one that I get is not very fatty, so it doesn't braise very well. So I had to add a little bit of butter to it and a little bit of, put a little bit of olive oil. Anyways, braised that a little bit with some chili season on it. And then I put it with a cup of hot water and dissolved beef au jus, little packet that you get, you know, where you find the chili mix, you know, packets, the little gravy section. So I mixed those two together because I thought I would have, like, maybe we'd have like tacos or burritos or something tonight. It smells so good. I can't even hardly stand it. I went in there so bad. I want to get in there with a fork and see what is happening because it smells so good. All right. Coming along. Okay, so now on this, I would like to, let's see how this is going to go. Like that. Then I'm just wanting to make like a little label out of this. That looks like a, you know, a little bit of wood table or something. I can't remember what that was actually. So I could either put it on that card like that, or we could put it right there even. Might look good there. Get those edges nice and dark. Okay. Let's see what the other sides are looking like. Okay. That's pretty. How did we say it was going to go? It was going to go like this, and then open like that, and then open like that. Okay. What did I say to do with that? I think that's just kind of there. Okay. What do we have? That's another one that I folded up to see what, you know, what would happen. But I didn't like the picture that was down here. What about this? Just kind of fussy cut this out. Oops. Yeah, I'm not very good at these scissors at all. They're a little loosey-goosey for me. They're, you know, they're supposed to make things easier for you. And I'm a little bit heavy-handed with scissors, so I have to really work at not squeezing too hard. And when you're fussy cutting, it's all about squeezing your shears at the right time, your scissors, but spinning and moving your paper too. And it takes me a little while to get coordinated. And I find that I'm just like gripping like handlebars here. But nothing that a little vintage photo won't help with any imperfections, you know what I mean? Okay. Just knock back that edge. Okay, and then how about just some words? This is what I mean when you're tearing this. It feels like, because the paper is so thick, that it comes in layers. You can kind of see that a little bit here. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. It's just fun. Just fun, all with book page, you know. So what I'll do is I'll try to find some pretty book pages for them to all use, and then I'll cut them 8.5 so that they're ready for the ladies, you know, to do this with. That's pretty too, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to know which side to start cutting on. Anyways, then I might give them a couple of spare pieces of page so they can make little cards or whatever they want to do, you know, little journal cards, or if they want to put it in the pockets as if they're photographs, they can do that. Okay. Oops, looks like I got a little bit of glue on here. Can't see it when I lay it down like this, but when I bring it up, I can see it. That's better. All right. Oopsie. Okay, I can write here. I can write on there. I could put even paper here if I wanted to, but that's so pretty. I don't want to really. I've got a little label there. 2 places to write here. And I think I think I'm going to put, get out the way. I think I'm going to put a little label here too. But what I wanted to do with that is find a piece like this. Is that going to be big enough? Yeah, that'll probably be big enough. I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. And then I have this frame that I'm going to use. I'm sure it's labeled as well, but I'm going to, that's what I'm going to use it for, as a label. And I'm just going to take this. Okay. You could cut that out too, but I thought I had one cut out. Oh yeah, here's one. There's one cut out. You know, if you just wanted to do it for fun. But I will actually want to use this one as a label. Trying not to get that if it's not dry yet. But it dried pretty quick. Okay. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. I'd love to know if you're doing the ABC April 2025 with Seven Plaza and Craft by Tony. I'd love to hear about that. Alrighty. I think that's going to be good, right like that. Okay. I have every craft utensil, every craft tool out. We've used everything, but have spent nothing more than what we already had. I'm super happy about that. And I used up some stuff. Now that would be pretty. And I used up some supplies that I had. I'm really happy about that because, you know, I was telling you when I had hurt my foot, I had gone through and had started to organize, and then organize this craft room, go through some stuff, and then hurt my foot, so I had to, you know, lay on the couch, you know. Well, once I got back to it, there were so many things that I forgot that I had even had, and wanted to start using those things. I think I'm gonna go a little bit. So I'm thankful when I can use things that I haven't used in a while. And one of those things is my stamps, my acrylic stamps. I'm really excited to be using those more. Okay, this is a quick one. I don't even know if this is going to fit in this little thing. I think it's going to be too big, but could save that pretty picture, you know. Let's see. Yeah, it's too big. Yeah, it's too big. But we'll save it because that's pretty. It says A Child's Christmas. Interesting. Because I don't know. Maybe daisies grow someplace else at Christmas. They don't here that I'm aware of. All right. Got kind of a mess here. But let's look at this. And we'll look at both of these real quick. I'm going to just wipe this down with my wipey. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Get my thing out. Oh, I've got to get a clip to put on it. You could also put a little charm on it you know, on your clip. Okay. See if I can find something in my little everything jar. Oh, here's a big one. That's neat. Here's another small one. I got a bunch of these paper clips. They're all there. I got like they were gold, bronze, silver, just, you know, and they're a little bit thicker than normal. And this one's kind of a rose gold. I got them at a thrift store, like 50 cents. Or, you know, a big pack of them. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Okay. Where's that other one? Let's go down just a little bit here. I hope that doesn't make you dizzy. I hope you were able to see the video. Let's look at this one. This was the kind of the prototype, the first one. Okay. I gotta remember which way it goes. I know that all kind of blends together, but boy, oh boy, if you like flowers, this is perfect, isn't it? I really like it. What's the hold up here? Huh, what in the world? That was weird. Alrighty. Okay, there you have it. I like it. I think that's pretty. I think it's really fun. And this will be so fun to tuck into a journal. Well, thanks everybody for hanging with me. Thank you for all the new subscribers, and thank you for the subscribers that have been around forever. Just really appreciate you and your sweet, sweet comments. We want you to know that we pray blessings over you, and you're so loved. We'll see you in the next video, everyone. Bye-bye.